Listen carefully. Within the first 10 seconds of seeing you, before you said a single word, a girl has already formed an impression. Not whether you're a good person, not whether you're funny or smart or kind. Just one thing, whether you're even worth a second look. That judgment happens faster than you can introduce yourself. And the scary part? Most guys have no idea what's actually driving it. They think it's height. They think it's money. They think it's something they were either born with or they weren't. They're wrong. In this video, I'm breaking down the real female POV, the stuff girls notice but will never say out loud. Point 3 is a mistake that keeps most guys completely invisible, and most of them never even realize they're making it. Point 5 will change how people see your face, and it has nothing to do with skincare. And the final point has nothing to do with your appearance at all, but it might be the most important thing on this entire list. Pay attention. Point 1. The 10-second read. Your walk, your energy, your presence. I knew a guy in college, not the tallest in the room, not the most built, definitely not the richest. But every single time he walked into a space, a party, a lecture hall, a random gathering, people noticed. Conversations shifted. Girls looked up. Years later, I actually thought about why, and I realized that almost nothing to do with how he looked. It was the way he moved, the way he occupied space, like he was exactly where he was supposed to be. That's what girls are reading in those first 10 seconds. Not your face, your energy. Here's what that looks like in practice. Head level, not down, not arrogantly tilted up. Shoulders open. Pace slightly slower than you think it should be. Guys who rush look nervous. Guys who move with ease look comfortable. And comfort reads as confidence. This sounds too simple to matter. Try it for a week and watch how differently people respond to you in the same rooms you've always been in. Point 2. Grooming. Details signal self-respect. Girls notice details. That's just how they process the world. More detail-oriented, more socially aware than most guys realize. So when she looks at you, even briefly, she's clocking things you've never thought about. Clean nails, an intentional haircut, not just grown out, actually shaped. Skin that's at least hydrated, not flaky or ashy. Ears that aren't forgotten. A scent that's subtle enough that she only catches it when she's close. None of this is about being pretty. Here's what she's actually reading. Details signal self-respect. And self-respect is attractive. She's not consciously thinking his nails are clean. She's subconsciously registering this person takes care of himself. That's the real signal. Point 3. The visibility rule. You can't be chosen if you're invisible. This is the one. This is a mistake that keeps most guys invisible. Not ugly, not unlikable, just unseen. Some guys walk into a room and immediately look for somewhere to hide. Head down, phone out, earbuds, and before they've even sat down. Then they spend months wondering why nobody notices them, why girls at school don't seem to know they exist, why they're always on the outside of things. Here's the brutal truth. Nobody picks a book from the back of the shelf. It doesn't matter what's inside it if nobody ever picks it up. You are the book. This means you have to show up. School events, college functions, sports, social stuff you'd normally skip because it feels awkward. Here's the thing. Awkward is fine. Awkward is temporary. Invisibility is the actual problem. Girls are far more likely to feel something for someone they've seen around, heard laugh across a room, watch be at ease with people, than some guy who stays hidden and hopes to be discovered. You can't attract anyone from your room. You can't attract anyone from the corner with your phone. Get in the room. Be somewhere. Be visible. That's not a hack. That's just how human attraction actually works. Point 4. How you treat people. Her background radar is always running. Here's something most guys never even consider. When a girl is building an impression of you, she's not just watching how you treat her. She's watching how you treat everyone, how you talk to your friends, whether you're kind to people who can't do anything for you, whether your humor lifts people or cuts them, whether you actually listen when someone talks, or whether you're just waiting for your turn. Girls have a social radar that runs in the background constantly, picking up data on how someone moves through the world. The guy who's subtly rude to a server, or who makes someone feel small in a group setting, or who only turns on a charm when he wants something. She's already filed that. It registers, even when nothing is said about it. But the flip side is just as true. The guy who's easy to be around, who makes the energy in a room better, who treats everyone with the same basic warmth, whether they're useful to him or not, that gets filed too. And it matters more than most guys realize. Point 5. Body fat. The one thing that changes everything at once. Here's what nobody says directly enough. If I could change one single physical thing about a guy's appearance, just one, I'd choose body fat percentage every time. Not his height, Not his face, not his jawline by itself, body fat. Because it's the only variable that simultaneously changes your face, your jawline definition, your posture, your energy levels, your confidence, and the way every single item of clothing fits you. It does all of that at once. That's the real reason model-looking guys look the way they do. They're not all genetically blessed. A large portion of it is just leanness. You don't need to be shredded. You don't need to be posting gym content. You just need to hit a baseline level of leanness. Lean enough that your clothes hang properly and your face looks defined. That alone changes how girls see your face. And it's 100% within your control, regardless of genetics. Walk 30 minutes a day if the gym isn't your thing yet. Cut the late night eating. Sleep properly. The changes compound faster than you expect. And when they start showing your face, it's a completely different conversation. Okay, pause. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Some of the most attractive guys you've ever seen aren't actually that good looking. Not conventionally. But something about them is magnetic in a way that better-looking guys aren't. And it has nothing to do with what we've talked about so far. This next part is honestly the most important section of the whole video. I saved it here on purpose. Point 6. Social energy, tense and performing versus real and relaxed. Think about the most socially attractive person you've ever been around. Doesn't matter if it was a guy or a girl. There was something about being near them that felt easy. They weren't trying too hard. They weren't performing. They weren't checking if it was okay to laugh before they laughed. They were just present, relaxed, real. That relaxed realness is magnetic in a way no amount of gym or grooming can replicate. Girls are extremely sensitive to whether someone is tense and performing or whether they're genuinely at ease. If you're constantly monitoring yourself, second-guessing what you say, laughing a half beat late because you're waiting to see if it lands, she feels that. It creates distance without either of you knowing why. The guys who have this figured out didn't get there by thinking their way into confidence. They got there by putting themselves in uncomfortable social situations repeatedly until those situations stop feeling uncomfortable. Join something. Show up somewhere regularly enough that people get used to you being around. The social ease builds with exposure, not avoidance. And when it builds, the effect on how people respond to you is dramatic and immediate. The last one, the most attractive guy in the room isn't who you think. Here's the thing I want to leave you with, and this is the one that took me a while to fully understand. The most attractive guy in the room is almost never the most handsome one. It's usually the guy who is genuinely excited about his own life, not performing excitement, not pretending to be busy, actually building something, working towards something, interested in something, whether that's a skill, a goal, a craft, a vision. He has direction. And because he has direction, he's not dependent on external validation to feel okay about himself. He's not desperate for attention because he's too busy being engaged with his own life. That fullness, that sense of a life being lived with intention, is more attractive than any tip, trick, or transformation you'll ever find online. Here's what this looks like practically. Stop waiting for circumstances to feel good before you start moving. Start the thing. Hit the gym even when it's not glamorous. Show up to the event even when it's uncomfortable. Work on the skill even when you're not good at it yet. The confidence doesn't come first and the action second. It's the other way around. She doesn't want to be the only thing going on in your life. She wants to be one of the good things in a life that's already good. Over the next 24 hours, pick one thing from this video. Just one. Work on it today. Because the difference between the version of you that gets overlooked and the version that gets noticed isn't some massive transformation. It's a few small habits, done consistently, until they become who you are. The competition is genuinely low. Most guys aren't doing any of this, which means if you start, you're already ahead. Drop a comment with which point hit hardest. I read every single one. And subscribe if you want more of this. No fluff, no sponsorships, just the real stuff.